spin move to score. Holmgren! Wow. Holy cow!
This is Chet Holmgrem, a 7'1" NBA phenom who can do it all. He averages more blocks than some players' points, and many people say that he is better than Victor Wembanyama. So let's take a look at his skills, why he is better than Wemby, and why he will win Rookie of the Year in 2024. Chet Holmgrem is the NBA prospect we all have forgotten. He was drafted 2nd overall in the 2022 NBA draft. But because the number 1 pick, Paolo Banchero, had a great season, and because Chet suffered from a foot injury, he has somehow slipped under the radar. Okay, I have a question for you. How many blocks did Holmgrem average in this year's Summer League? Got your answer? 3.5 blocks per game. Alongside with almost 17 points and 10 rebounds per game, not too bad, right? To understand how good this guy actually is, let's start with his frame. He stands 7'1", has a 7'6" wingspan and a 9'6" standing reach. This guy can almost dunk without jumping. But the important part is how he uses his size on offense and defense. Unlike many other guys with a similar build, Holmgrem is one of those players that can do it all. If you watch him on the court, you'd be surprised by how quick he really is. Whether with or without the ball, Holmgrem's mobility is among the best. If you need proof, check out this clip of him crossing over Steph Curry. Steph didn't look so fresh after getting crossed by this giant. Additionally, Chet is extremely good at shooting the ball. At Gonzaga, his college, he made an impressive 39% of shots from the 3-point line. But these are just the things he does that 7-footers usually don't do. The typical things like screening, dunking and throwing down lobs are of course also included in his skill set. I mean, there's gotta be a reason why they called him the next basketball unicorn before Wembanyama arrived. But the best thing is yet to come, his defense. We talked about his blocking average, remember? That's because Chet Holmgrem is an insanely good rim protector. If people try to dunk on him, they usually get rejected. His college stats are even better than his NBA stats in that regard, as he averaged 3.7 blocks throughout all of his games at Gonzaga. But that's enough about Chet's skill set. Let's check if he is really better than Victor Wembanyama. Later on, we're also gonna look at Rookie of the Year contenders like Scoot Henderson and who will win it, so make sure to watch until the end. Let's start a comparison with height. Chet is 7'1", while Wemby stands 7'5". That means for the tallest guy contest, Chet's gotta go home then. You get it? Okay, I'm sorry. But for 7-footers, I would say that more height doesn't automatically equal more skill or opportunity. They both weigh just over 200 pounds, which led many people to say that they will struggle to defend dominant big men like Giannis or Joel Embiid. But considering blocking, both guys have performed strong. While Chet stops many dunk or layup attempts, Wembanyama is busy blocking players' 3-point attempts. That's a check for both of them. And what about offense? Both guys possess skills that are untypical for their height. They both have decent handles and solid moves. We've already seen Chet cross over Steph Curry, but credit also belongs to Wemby, as he is able to perform spin moves and clean jumpers despite his height of 7'5". Chet plays more efficiently with his team, constantly performing pick and rolls, setting effective screens and ultimately throwing down lob passes. Meanwhile, Victor is more of the creating plays for himself kind of player. As long as it works and he gets buckets, this is fine. So can we call it a draw? Nope, not yet. There's one more aspect that distinguishes the two. What stands out the most about the Holmgrem versus Wemby comparison on offense is the efficiency from beyond the arc. When comparing the stats of both men in their last year before joining the NBA, Holmgrem averaged 39%, whereas Wembanyama shot just 27.5%. In my opinion, this gives Chet Holmgrem the edge. He has more tools in his arsenal and is more consistent. Let me know your thoughts. But there's actually another NBA prospect that we have forgotten. That's me. See, 1 year ago I was casually breaking NBA players' ankles when I unfortunately tore my ACL. After that, I wasn't a top draft pick anymore and the teams forgot about me. So you could help me recover by subscribing to this channel. But now let's take a peek at what Chet's future will bring. Right now, Chet is 21 years old. In college and in the summer league he has looked very consistent, unlike Wembanyama, who has highs and lows. The first top Holmgren could reach is the Rookie of the Year award. Most people still have Wemby on their mind, but for this he would have to play well regularly. Another contender is Scoot Henderson, the 3rd overall pick this year. He averaged 15.5 points and 6 assists in his 2 years in the G League and looks like a promising talent for the Trailblazers. But compared to Chet and Victor, I think he doesn't make the cut. But let's think broader than just Chet and his rookie stats. He plays for the Oklahoma City Thunder on a roster which is stacked with young talent. Most importantly, they have 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙪. He previously became an All-Star and averaged 31.4 points this season. Given these facts, 𝘼 is definitely the leader of this young OKC team. But another important aspect is his attitude. Holmgren said, "If you didn't see all the highlights and the Instagram followers and all that stuff, if you were just around him every day and didn't know about all that, you think he's a regular person." The team's selfless attitude and everyone wanting each other to succeed is why the Thunder are able to manage the plethora of young talent they've got. The team is about and for each other, and this will raise their ceiling as a group exponentially. So will Chet Holmgren and the Thunder win a championship next year? Nope, absolutely not. They have great talent, but the players still need to develop. Holmgren hasn't even played in one regular season NBA game yet. On the other hand, this means that the team has a bright future. To sum this up, Chet Holmgren is the NBA prospect that many of us have forgotten. He has great offensive and defensive skills. For a 7'1" giant, he shows us things that are unseen. But let's not raise our expectations too high, because that's where we usually get disappointed. Same goes for Wembanyama, as he is the most hyped prospect since LeBron James, and now everyone expects him to deliver on that promise. Chet is a great player. He's especially entertaining to watch because of his unusual combination of offensive and defensive skills. But he's not a superhero. His 17 points on average is good, but not stellar. Furthermore, there is one more aspect we need to consider. Guys that size usually have trouble staying healthy. They often get injured and ultimately lose their explosiveness or force. Remember, Chet didn't play his first season because of a broken foot. Being that size brings lots of difficulties. For 7-footers, being taller doesn't mean being better at basketball. It's quite the opposite. There's actually a limit to how tall NBA players can get. If you want to know more about it, check out this video on the truth about height in the NBA. Seriously, just click on the screen. I'll see you there.